And we're ready to go live. Annette, here you go.
All right.
Say hi. There you are.
Hello. Happy New Year.
Is that all you got? That's it. Okay.
Our family and Steve is behind.
I'm going to do my hand impressions.
And today we are going to make Spanakopita triangles. You can make it obviously in a pan, almost like a lasagna, but today we're going to make it in appetizer triangles for our New Year's Eve party. So I've been measuring, busy measuring out ingredients, and then we've got to mix them all together.
So we're going to bounce between making the Spanakopita and talking about our New Year's traditions.
Correct. And to assist us today is my sweet, come over here, my sweet daughter Becky.
Sweet daughter.
Here she is. Don't do that. Becky is an amazing triangle wrapper folder. It's really like folding up a flag.
My claim to fame. I can wrap triangles very well.
We're making paper
and Nolan, who is studying mechanical engineering. Come on, Nolan, over here. And is Becky's other half.
Becky's, what is he again?
Well, I couldn't say better half. Because I would say he's better than you.
You can say he's my husband.
Okay, other half works. Becky's other half is going to be slicing the phyllo dough for us. Now, this is how we're supposed to slice the phyllo dough. 2 sheets at a time, long ways, and to make long strips.
Okay.
And
do you want a ruler?
I think we need a ruler. I think that's what we had last year. And so I am going to start.
Ruler?
Yeah, actually, Becky, in the drawer over there, there's a ruler. And
There's a ruler over here?
Wash off.
Why don't we greet some people and see who's online before we jump into this.
Sounds awesome.
So on YouTube, we have 10 people watching.
Wow, that's awesome.
Mary from Washington.
Hi, Mary.
Call me Mrs. Smith. She says, hope it's a great one. Happy New Year. Mrs. T is going to be debt-free, says the audio is horrible. It's screechy. So let me check into that. Thanks for letting us know.
Yes.
We are peaking the meter, so I'll back it off a little bit. And we'll see if that works better. Give it about a minute to catch up. Let me monitor it here. Okay. And I'm going to check on Facebook. We are going to get the kinks worked out here. And we'll see what's happening. But thank you all for giving us feedback and for tuning in. I'm going to check on Facebook. We are going to get the kinks worked out here. And we'll see what's happening. Yep, I can hear the screechiness.
Wow, that's bad. Okay, we're prepping the phyllo dough, unraveling it. There we go.
Okay, I don't know why we're screeching, but
in half, I believe is what it is. Yeah, since we only do this once a year, it is definitely tricky.
Testing 1, 2, 3. How is screechiness now?
How we're gonna find the middle of this, but we gotta come in. Yes, since we only do this once a year. Oh, I'm getting close.
Testing 1, 2, 3. How is screechiness now?
That's it. All right. So, hang on. Flip it over. Grab the blue. Peel the blue.
Hold on.
Actually, no. I want to flip it over like this. I'm not at the middle. How do you know? Well, still, let's lay it down. Let's just lay it down the way it is, and then we'll figure it out. What we need to do more. Okay. So where do you think the middle is?
We're at the middle of that.
Oh. Okay.
So while they're working there, we're trying to deal with the audio issues. And they're getting the Spanakopita ready.
Yes, we are.
And appreciate you guys letting us know what the sound is like.
Yes. We need that. There's a part right there that needs to be wet.
So hold on while we get technical details dealt with.
And I don't know if we can use this time. That might be filled.
Too soggy.
Okay, I know what it is. It's working off the microphone from the computer instead of the camera.
Okay.
Okay, that should solve it. Okay, I think we're ready to go. So hi, Brenda from Ohio.
Hi.
And Lori says hi.
Hi, Lori. Hi, Brenda.
David says hi from Hespera, California.
Hi, David.
Should I put this under now?
Leave it on top until we probably need another, I'm trying to figure out how many workspaces we have. So we need another workspace where Nolan can
All right,
cut
and Melissa
pull
from San
two sheets
Antonio is
off.
here.
So
And
just
Kirsten
right
from
next
Baltimore.
and cut,
to- Yep,
Okay.
so just right
strips.
next to-
So let's,
So why don't we just wipe down this butcher block?
that's fine, go for it.
Okay, so let's get started. Annette, why don't you reintroduce the topic
Okay, I'm
for
gonna
everybody
reintroduce
who
the
is
topic.
now tuning in.
This is, hi, I'm Annette Economides from MoneySmartFamily.com, and Steve is behind the computer. He's, letting me know what the questions are for today. We are going to be making Spanakopita triangles. It's a Greek appetizer that we use on New Year's Eve for our New Year's Eve party. And so I've got all the different ingredients, and I'm going to talk you through how I make the filling. And then to assist us today is my oldest daughter, Becky, and her husband, Nolan. And Becky is going to be helping me fill the triangles and fold them. They fold up like a flag, and they're really kind of cool when you get them all done.
Okay, we have people watching from Sweden, Croatia, state of Washington.
That's awesome.
And then
Welcome.
we've got Baltimore, San Antonio, Guam. It's all over the place.
That's awesome.
So we are ready to
Thank
roll.
you, Becky. All right, so the filling for the feta is spinach, which I have here, a 32-ounce package of chopped spinach, which we've drained and squeezed, because you don't want it very watery, or it just won't be good. It'll make the triangles leak, and you don't want your triangles to leak.
Leaky triangles are
So,
a terrible thing.
We've got the spinach, and then we've got the feta. And you know how I've mentioned time and again how we have this awesome friend named Bart who's a food broker, and he will give me the odd things. And so he gave me a whole, Becky, was it 2 pounds of feta? How much was in there? 5 pounds of feta? And it was 4 pounds of feta, and it was soft feta. So I don't even have to use my food processor like normal. I'm just gonna mix that in with everything else. Okay, so I've got the spinach, the feta. Now I'm going to mix in the eggs, and I'm gonna need a spoonula. Can you grab me my blue spoonula, Beck? Spoonula. I'm starting with 6 eggs. I may add a 7th egg depending on how this all kind of sticks together. So we're gonna fold it all in, mix it all in, and then I'll let you know what we're doing. You know, this is pretty forgiving. So you can, if you like less spinach, you can put less spinach in. Oh, Beck, you know what I forgot?
No.
I forgot the regatta, which is on the top shelf of that refrigerator.
What's that word you said?
It's regatta.
What does
It's
that mean?
Italian cheese. It's an Italian soft cheese.
Ricotta.
Ricotta, if you don't speak Italian.
Isn't that guy that had the TV show with that girl named Lucy?
No,
Ricky Ricotta?
very funny.
Just the one?
Yeah, there should be one that's open already.
And what is it really?
It's I don't know. It's cheese.
Goat milk that has been recooked after making mozzarella.
But the feta cheese is very pungent.
I thought we were talking about the ricotta.
Right.
Ricotta
So
is
I'm
cream.
getting there.
Okay.
I'm getting there. The feta cheese is very pungent, and so if you're not used to it or you just want a softer flavor, you mix in some ricotta. So we're gonna need 8 ounces of ricotta. Just dump off the juices.
But
Yep.
the truth is the ricotta is really just a finer cottage cheese.
Yes, I guess.
So you could, if you needed to,
In
you
a
could
pinch.
run it through a food
Becky,
processor.
can you get the scale?
It's right here.
Oh,
You could run it through the food processor and substitute. So the point is,
so
we're all about
I'm just gonna get a new bowl.
we're
let's just have to-
we're all about doing things inexpensively and using what you have.
Yes.
So if you don't have to run out and get ricotta, then you just use what you have.
We need 8 ounces.
It saves you money.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, and I have so far I have in there the spinach, a 2-pound chopped bag of spinach that's been drained and squeezed. I have 1 pound of feta. Now I'm adding 8 ounces of ricotta. I also have 6 eggs, and I'm gonna put a few of the little seasonings into this mixture. And the seasonings are going to be dill and parsley. I'm gonna use
Just 8 ounces?
just 8 ounces. So there's the 8 ounces. We may add more depending on what we think, but here is the dill. I'm gonna try half a teaspoon of dill because I'm not crazy about the dill flavor. And because I only make this once a year and I have not officially written it up yet, except for today, I'm kind of forgetful every year. So, okay, here we go. Now that I'm writing it up, it's going to be great. So, half a teaspoon of dill. What do you call that? Finely ground dill. And 1 teaspoon of flaked parsley. And that is going in my bowl. I'm using a ceramic bowl with a plastic spoon so I don't make a lot of noise for those of you that are sensitive.
We've had people write in saying that the noise of a metal spoon clanking on the bowl is a little hard to handle.
Okay, I guess like fingernails on a chalkboard. Okay,
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah, so I think at this point we have our mixture, our inside mixture.
Oh, lights.
Now we need to pull off 2 strips of the phyllo and cut it into rows. The only other thing I'm going to add to the spinach mixture with the feta and the eggs is about 3/4 of an onion that I chopped up and I just sauteed.
Now, while you're working on this, Nolan is being really diligent and detail oriented. I'm going to see if I can get over here to see him. The phyllo we have is a little bit on the older side.
Right.
And so if you buy fresh, it's always easier. But this stuff, the edges have started to stick together a little bit. So he's separating the edges. And we're going to use what we have.
Yes, we're going to try.
And we'll make it work. Because you use 2 layers.
I'm not even worried about the edges. We'll just
Well,
fold
if
it
you
in.
trim the edges off, then it wouldn't stick.
Oh, yes, we can do that.
So we're having to work through this. It's always easier to use brand new, but this is stuff that we had stored in the freezer, and we didn't want it to go to waste. So there are some pieces with holes in it, but we'll layer it together.
Oh, that smells so good. And don't worry if they're not perfect because we're doing 2 layers and we're folding it like a flag. It will be okay if there's some holes or.
So let me jump over here. I'm going to take you in close so you can see what's going on with
And
this.
Becky, I've got a pile of phyllo over there.
Well, it's just sticky.
Right.
So you've got 2 pieces of phyllo dough laid out, and it's about 12 inches by 18 inches
right.
We're
long.
cutting it into 4 this way.
And there are some little holes in there,
Long
but because
ways.
there's 2 layers, it's fine. Nolan's going to cut it into strips. So he's cutting it
So
in
I'm gonna
half.
cover this with a wet rag in case we need some pieces for
Catching.
Yes, exactly. Okay, so we've got the mixture all made. It's looking good.
This is like a professional cooking show with overhead cameras.
That's 4.
Is it 4?
Yes, he's going to make it 4.
Ooh, these are nice big triangles.
I do math.
Yes, you do. I should know better. They just look bigger than normal, but I'm sure they're going to be fine. So
And
we're going
here's
to
the-
fold right on the cookie
Here's the
sheets.
cheese
Do we
mixture
need
for those of
to
you who want to
butter
take a
the
look at
sheets
that.
at all?
No, because
That's
there's
Annette's arm.
you don't need to butter the sheets. Oh, we do need spoons for the feta.
Are you ready?
Yeah, give
Give
it to me. Gimme.
Okay, and so now
I
Becky
need-
is
I need
laying
the
it out.
2 here.
Can you explain what Becky's doing?
Becky is laying them out, and then we're going to start folding.
Okay,
How
so
am I
let's,
going to do this, Beck? Because we both need. Thank you, Nolan. Okay.
I'm gonna go corner to corner like this.
I'm going to come
Oh, yeah,
over
there
here
we
with the
go.
camera so we can see what Becky's
Alright.
doing.
And I'm gonna go like that.
But you need to have access to the butter and the spinach.
So why don't we do this?
Oh, there we go. You are a genius. An absolute genius.
No, I'm an artist with sheets.
So now this is where I'm a little rusty on
How much are
my
you putting in here?
a good block. Where my oh, how do I do this now? It's so hard to remember.
So I'm gonna start like this.
Here we go. I got it. Look,
Fold over
like I'm doing,
that.
So
like
Annette,
I'm doing flag
Annette is working
folding.
on this over here, so we'll come into
Yeah,
Annette.
because I totally always made footballs.
Yeah.
What kind?
That's what I did all the time as a
Okay.
kid. I made footballs.
There we go. And you just roll. Oh gosh, you know what I forgot? As we're rolling up, we're supposed to be buttering.
Oh,
Don't. You know what? Don't worry about it. Just butter
Because
from
you need
here
the
on out.
butter so it doesn't stick together.
No, just
To
because
make
it makes it taste
to make
better.
it less calories.
I think because
Oh,
it
I
helps the phyllo dough stick
It helps
better.
it slip down your throat better.
It's because it makes it less calories this
Oh
way.
man.
This is how you make less
This
calories.
there is a completed phyllo triangle for our Spanakopita. Yum yum. Thank you, Nolan. All right, here comes another one. This is tedious. You can see how much spinach we have in the
What?
Decided that way.
how much spinach we have in the
Bowl.
So I can't remember how many triangles a pound makes. We're gonna figure that out today. We're gonna count that up. Okay, now melted butter. You need about half a pound of butter to butter the strips. Yeah, this is definitely not low calorie, but it is so good.
Okay, so I'm gonna. While you guys are doing this, and talking to the people online, we'll field some questions. We should probably
we need to start
talk a little bit about traditions.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
then as you do each step, I'm going to shoot some video for YouTube to shoot a very short, concise
Oh, that's
video.
a good idea.
But let's see what we got. We got a question that says, you guys are on early today or will you be on tonight also? We're just doing today because we're prepping for our New Year's Eve party, which is one of our traditions.
Right.
And so this is all we're going to do today.
Right.
And let's go over here to YouTube and see. We got people from Colorado Springs. Ebba says, dill and parsley is a wonderful combination. Don't be afraid of using it.
Okay,
And
thanks.
she says she's going to make this later.
Oh, man.
Yeah, sound is good. Everybody's happy.
Okay, good.
So that's super important. It's evening in Croatia. I didn't know that.
Okay.
And,
I'm ready for a strip as soon as you got one.
Okay. So let's talk about our traditions. One of the first things we talk about is how you plan the food for New Year's party. We have between 30 and 70 people. Just depends on
we never know.
So talk about the food.
I didn't. I thought you were gonna do that part. I didn't know that was my part.
I am off camera. I'm
Okay.
the director.
All right, so I'm going to talk about the food. So basically, we make it finger foods for New Year's Eve. And what we do is we ask everybody to bring things that people can eat without, sitting down, using utensils kind of a thing. So mostly
We stand all evening.
No, we don't. But things that are easy, like Becky and Nolan are bringing egg rolls, and our son Joe and his wife are bringing pizza rolls. We always make sure we have lots of fruits, lots of vegetables and dip.
Because pizza rolls and egg rolls are fruits.
No, they're not,
no.
but they're part of the appetizer family. And obviously desserts, but we make sure we're balanced. I have somebody bringing mixed nuts. I make my, did we have this on the list? My pineapple lemonade punch.
No, we probably can get that.
Yeah, and I will do that and have that, and I may even make my cherry limeade recipe. And gosh, the house is still decorated for Christmas, so there's lots of food, and we usually eat the leftovers on New Year's Day. But we, when the kids were teenagers, they had a lot of their friends sleep over. All the girls were in one room, and the guys were in the family room, and we made a big pancake breakfast the next morning. So that meant we had not only our super duper sour milk pancakes, but we had potato latkes, and we had fruit salad, and it was a great tradition. And some people just hung out with us all day New Year's Day and watched movies. Some people had to go to work.
And the next day, and the next day.
And
There were some people
Some
that
people
spent.
moved in.
Yeah, there were some people
Yeah.
like Nolan who decided to spend 3 days with us.
And Colin did that too that first year.
Colin was a rookie. He only spent 24 hours.
I don't know. I think it was like 2 days, wasn't it? Nolan was the record breaker, huh?
I knew it was serious when he decided to spend that much time with us.
So lots and lots of fun on New Year's, and it works out just fine as people RSVP. I just make sure I have a balance of the main dish, appetizers, and I've done piggies and blankets. I've done meatballs and gravy. There's all kinds of things that you can do for your appetizers to make sure folks get enough to eat, and lots of fun. Okay, so that's it for the food. Any questions about the food? I know someone that did a taco bar, which was pretty
let's
awesome.
Go back to the food.
Okay.
How do we serve it up?
Well, we have a lot of counter space in our kitchen. So
Usually when it's not covered.
right. So the island is for the hot appetizers. We have chafing dishes. We have heating trays. We have crock pots. And so the hot appetizers go in the kitchen on the island. The cold appetizers go on the kitchen table, and the desserts and the punch go in the dining room, on the dining room table. Now,
Wait, you know what you need to do?
What?
Right behind you, there's some odd-shaped containers. Talk about those containers and then the thing underneath them.
Okay, so this is drink coolers that I bought at Walmart for $19.99, and one of them will be filled with water and sliced lemons, and one of them will be filled with herb tea that is decaf and unsweetened. I love Celestial Seasonings and Bigelow. I don't know what.
We've got a whole page of tea recipes.
Yes, we do.
So.
And people that have diabetes really appreciate having that option available. I also make spice cider on the stove, and the way I make that, I should put that recipe up too. The way I make that is to just take the half a gallons of apple juice or apple cider, and then I buy the Martinelli packets, and I just bring the apple juice to a boil and then turn it off and put the packets in it to steep like I would do tea. And
Hang on, I'm gonna
oh,
heat this up because it's.
oh yeah.
So I'm putting up a link for our party drink recipes, but underneath those coolers is something unusual
Yes.
that your dad created.
Yes. Underneath the drink coolers is something called the original drip catcher. And my dad did invent that, and I believe the original drip catcher has a website.
I'm going to give you a link right now.
Okay.
They're about $16 a piece, and they go under your coolers.
Right, and so basically they keep drips from falling on your floor, and they're super handy for parties. And so that's what we use.
Grandpa was a custodian for many years and got tired of having parties and cleaning up drippy floors.
Well, first he was
He was an engineer first.
And then when he retired, he became a custodian of his church.
Yep.
And he got that church whipped in shape.
He did. And now he's just loved and retired and enjoying his final years.
He's just tired.
Yes, he is.
I'm tired.
Okay, so still making our little squares here.
We'll be here for a while, and these are triangles.
Triangles, yes, they are.
Squares have 4 corners.
You're right.
Okay, so you've talked about the food. Now talk about
Paper goods.
the paper goods.
Okay,
And while you do that, I'm
one
gonna
of our
shoot
readers,
some video here.
what they wrote in was that they saved paper goods. They purchased paper goods for all the different holidays after the holidays. So Easter, 4th of July, Halloween, Christmas, and they used those paper goods at their New Year's Eve party, because basically New Year's Eve was the culmination of a whole year of memories. And so they figured that having paper goods from all the different holidays could be used to celebrate New Year's Eve. And so it's really
a cool idea.
It is a cute idea. And So sometimes I do that, sometimes I don't. It just depends on what I have in the house and how much of it. Normally, I don't fuss too much about paper goods, and I'll just do white because they'll go with anything on the table. And oh, there's the phone.
Welcome to Grand Central Station.
Oh dear. So anyway, we're just moving along here, making these Spanakopita triangles. And we have a mixture of spinach and ricotta, which is ricotta for those people that aren't Italian. And
That was our friend from the Mine Union.
oh my
The
gosh,
mime.
the
Yeah,
mime.
they never say anything.
Oh, gotta love it. Okay, so we're buttering. We're probably gonna need more butter, aren't we, Beck?
Yep.
All right, so at some point I have to run and grab more.
So somebody asked about the Spanakopita expanding when it cooks.
It does not, it'll fluff a little bit, but then as soon as it cools, it
Unfluffs.
unfluffs. So it's not like cookies where you have to leave a huge amount of space on your cookie sheet. You can put them fairly close together. And you don't need to grease the cookie sheet because you're greasing the Spanakopita triangles. Thank you, Mr. Nolan. I'm going to go get some more butter. Hang on. Please hold. So maybe I was wrong about the
Amount of butter?
yeah, half a pound. It's probably going to end up being
More like a pound or two?
well, actually yeah, it may end up being a pound of butter by the time we're done. But this is so good. I've made piggies in blankets, which we have that recipe on our website, and I've made all kinds of things. And of course, Pinterest has amazing appetizer recipes. One is more fabulous than the other. And we would love for you to follow us. If you search for Annette at Money Smart Family, you should be able to find us. Or you could do Pinterest.com Annette Steve. And we'd love for you to follow us on Pinterest. And yeah, we'll follow you back. That'll be awesome.
Uh-oh. I made this one a little full.
You did make that full.
I'm also going to make it a little interesting because I didn't hold it right.
Uh-oh.
So you're gonna make it a square?
It'll be an interesting triangle.
Okay, how we doing? Do we have any more questions?
Yeah?
What I did not.
Are you out of phyllo dough?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Okay, there's one more box. See what's in that other box.
Okay.
I must not be cutting these right. I'm thinking I'm not cutting these right. Like they should be smaller or
I remember them being this size.
do you?
Yes.
Okay, well that makes me feel better. You know, we should have this on the little warmer tray.
So
Steve.
Regina asks, do you have any tips for food intolerances for grocery shopping to keep the cost down? And we do lots of videos on grocery shopping.
Yes, we do.
But the issue is, the thing is, you got to know what you can eat and then look for it on sale and store it.
Right. And really, the truth is, there's tons of gluten-free foods out there. Gluten-free people can eat rice, they can eat potatoes, they can eat yams. So you can't drive through fast food and be okay, but you can easily cook at home with gluten-free diets and still have it be economical.
And lactose intolerance can be
Yep.
dealt with by buying soy milk,
Yep.
things like that. And we find those kind of things really inexpensively and freeze them.
Yes. Honey, can you find, you know the little hot pad that has, it's a small square?
Yeah.
We need that for underneath the butter.
Okay,
That
well,
would be-
Let me finish what Becky's doing here, then I'll go get it. Why don't you look at the outline over on the computer there and see what the next topic is?
Okay, I think it's games and activities, so you're going to need to pop in on that and show up for that.
Okay. Becky's almost done.
You know,
with
the
this.
crazy thing is, the best price on phyllo dough, I couldn't believe it when I found it. The best price on phyllo dough is Trader Joe's.
And that's a good tip. So can you, while I'm going to get the next thing, the heating pad,
Right.
can you give kind of a rough breakdown on price on this? Because phyllo is like what, $3 or $4 for a box?
Philo is $4 a box, and I think we could go through 2 boxes, so that's $8. Spanakopita is not the cheapest appetizer to make for your party, but it's part of our heritage, and so I like to include it. You know, just so that the kids are exposed to Greek foods and our friends are aware of it. But this is not one of your cheap, definitely not one of your cheap appetizers.
But break it down. You know, if you bought
The spinach,
2 pounds of feta.
well, it's 2 pounds of spinach, and you know, spinach now is probably $1.50 a bag, so it's like $3 for the spinach, and then the feta. Gosh, Becky, how do you figure out the price on feta?
You go to the store and you look at the price on the shelf, and then you look at it at the pound.
Okay.
I don't
So
know.
Let's say
I've
it's
been
$4 or
making-
$5 a pound.
I'm thinking it's 4 or 5, but
Okay.
Becky makes us feta all the time, and then I've gotten the feta from my friend Bart. So, hon, if you want to grab a piece of paper, it'd be great if you could write this down so that we know. And then,
This is gonna get interesting.
do the best you can.
So we got spinach, 2 pounds,
Say $3.
$3.
Uh-huh.
Feta,
Feta, it's 1 pound.
1
So
pound.
whatever 1 pound of feta
let's
is.
call it $4,
Okay.
4 to 5. And then you got phyllo,
Philo, which is you probably need 2
2
boxes.
box.
With at $4 each,
So
that's
that's
$8. And then the regatta, 8 ounces, that's half a pound. I want to say that's going to be $3.
Okay.
And you know the other stuff, the parsley and the dill. If you have a spice closet, those are kind of nominal. I wouldn't even calculate them. And then it's like 3/4 of an onion and 6 eggs. So if a dozen eggs is $2, you're talking about $1 for the eggs, and maybe 50 cents for the onion.
And spices. So you're at 7 plus 8 is 15 plus 3 is 18, 19, $20.
Yikes, that's expensive.
And you'll end up making 40 or 50 of them. So they're $1 a piece, 75 cents a piece. Eat them
Probably something
sparingly.
like that. Yeah.
What the heck did I do here? I don't know. I'm just gonna keep folding it. It'll turn out okay. in the
Oh
end.
my gosh.
Okay,
that's
so you
hilarious.
talked about paper goods.
Right.
you
So
talked
now
about
you need to
food.
jump in and talk about activities while
games.
we are finishing this.
Okay,
This is turning into a very big triangle.
Yes, it is.
Instead of
all right.
more of
So
like
I'm
a
going to
different
stand over
triangle.
here while you're
Okay.
working. And one of the first things we do when people come in the house, and if you go to the page that we are, it's the first page on our blog today, which is New Year's Eve party traditions and things like that.
Yes.
We talk about a bingo game, and we actually have a bingo sheet where you can download it and print it out for your
Group.
party. And it's
Yes.
things like find somebody who speaks more than 3 languages. Find somebody who has celebrated Christmas or New Year's in another country.
Or find somebody that's a vet that served in the armed forces. Find somebody that has a live poinsettia in their house.
So what we do is when people come into the party, because it's kind of an open house, we start at 6
Right.
o'clock, we hand everybody a sheet, and the first person to fill out all, I think it's 24 squares, to get somebody to initial their name on 24 squares, wins a prize. And usually
Yes.
it's a movie or a DVD.
Oh,
or
I have a
CD
whole
or something.
basket of stuff. It's
You get their
anywhere
choice.
from movies, candles, books, toys.
I can't do this piece without extra butter.
Oh, so
I'm
we
gonna
need.
have to get it wet.
Okay, hang on.
So
I'll be there
after the bingo game,
momentarily.
we let that go for an hour or so as people
Right.
arrive.
Right.
Then around 7 o'clock,
7:30.
7:30, we do a white elephant gift exchange, and everybody's told to bring a white elephant gift, but we always have extras.
Oh, always.
And basically, it's we don't want people bringing things that are broken.
Like
we tell
old
them-
socks, mismatched socks. We want something that's usable that you no
Right.
longer need.
And we've had some phenomenal presents come. Like one year, we had the mechanical parrot, parrot that showed up that was lit up inside. Remember that? And it moved.
Or the
Yes.
big thing of toilet paper.
I don't remember that.
We had somebody bring a whole giant thing of toilet paper, and that was actually fought over quite a bit.
I remember somebody bringing a whole set of plates for 4th of July that had corn on them. That was hilarious.
And we had the reindeer that sits in a chair and rocks and sings "Grandma got run over by a
And
reindeer."
And the singing goose that came back year after year.
And the bottles of ranch that came back until they were green.
Oh, there were some recurring.
That was
gifts.
terrible.
They usually got mixed with other things. Like one year, Scott got the Victoria's Secret
Smoking jacket.
smoking jacket.
Except that I think it was more like a bathrobe.
Yeah.
He
Anyway,
probably wore
there's
that.
some fun gifts. So this is a great thing to do with that gift from Aunt Martha, who lives way out of town, and
Right.
you'll never see, and she'll never ask you about that chinchilla jacket
Right.
that she bought you.
Ooh, that's
Bring it.
expensive.
I know, but if you don't like it, why'd you wear it? So anyway, white elephant gifts are fun. We have a rule that an item can change hands either 3 or 4 times after the original owner, and then it's frozen. So we have people counting and tracking, and everybody has to hold up their presents when a new person goes up to pick. They can either pick from the pile or they can pick from the presents that have already been opened. So that's white elephants, and that, depending on the number of people, can take an hour to 2 hours, and it gets loud and funny, and it's just a real good time. Then we take a break again to eat some more food because food is important.
Did you discuss the origin of white elephant?
No, we
Some
didn't.
people might find
Nolan
that
knows.
interesting.
Nolan is Mr.
Oh,
Science.
that's a great
Hold on,
idea,
let's-
Nolan.
Let's let Nolan get on camera and explain.
Okay.
explain.
I meant like you explain.
No, I'm jumping.
I don't know the origin of white elephant.
All right, so it goes back to I believe it's the king of Siam. That in their culture, elephants were used to do a lot of work and stuff like that. An elephant can grab stuff with its trunk and with its tusks and move big pieces of lumber and things like that. So the elephants were very useful, except for the white elephants, which every once in a while you get an albino white elephant, and they were considered to be holy, and so they were not allowed to do any work with a white elephant.
Are you serious?
Yep. But being an elephant, they still require a whole lot of food and everything like that. And since it's a holy animal, you can't just kill it or anything like that. So it was a very prestigious gift for someone to give you a white elephant.
Oh my gosh. I did not know the history about this.
Yeah,
This is hilarious.
it's this great honor that they give you a white elephant, but it's completely useless because you can't use it to do any work.
Oh, that is so funny.
That's kind of like me. I can't be used for any work either. Thank you, Nolan. Nolan
Yes,
is Mr.
that's
is a
awesome.
wealth of information. Oh,
Okay.
So we have one question. Somebody wrote in, said, Rosanna said, so you're making this ahead of time for New Year's.
Correct.
So how will it be stored?
So yeah, I'm not even gonna cook it right now. I'm just gonna make it, and then I'm gonna store it in our deep freeze.
And you're going to stack them between layers of wax paper or something like that? You gotta think about that.
Yeah, we have the little cardboard divider type things. Okay, Nolan, you have one more for me?
So you're going to put them in a deep container and put a divider in
No,
between
I'm just
them?
gonna leave them on the cookie sheets right now.
Okay, so
But the other way you can do it with the cookie sheets is just, actually, Nolan, I need that. Do you need that? Do you have more to slice?
Yeah.
Oh, here's, I'll trade you. You take this and hand me that, because this one can fit a couple more.
This is going to be
Triangles.
an interesting one. We'll
Okay.
start over here.
So
on
we
this side.
talked
Yeah,
about
do the
white
best you
elephant,
can,
and we
Beck.
got the origins of white elephant. And the other
Which
thing
is
we do
awesome.
on New Year's is a couple hours after that, so around 10 o'clock, we start our annual charades competition.
Yes.
I shouldn't have even said it. I should have said we play
Charades to the death.
like that.
Yes, and I think we're gonna like chime in live for some people,
Oh, we
like
can do
maybe
that.
for you and maybe for me, and we're gonna see if people can guess
So 10
what
o'clock.
we're doing.
10 o'clock on New Year's Eve Mountain Time, which would be midnight on the East Coast, and
Right.
9 o'clock on Pacific Time.
Right.
And we will be playing charades, so we'll do some Facebook Lives then.
I think I've got 3 left. Should I just do them all together?
Really? Is that it? 3 left? Hang
3
on, we're
pieces
jumping
of
in.
phyllo left. It's a sad sound.
No, I think you got 4. You sure?
So anyway, we start charades, and we used to do
Okay.
it when the kids were really
You know
little.
what? Cut them
we had
a
2
little
types of
skinnier.
clues.
Can you do that?
One clue was we had a basket full of animal names. And so the little kids would get out there and act out an animal, so they could participate in charades and not have to struggle through trying to figure out how many syllables a word was or whatever, anything like that.
Except for orangutan.
Yeah, that was a tough one when they were little.
And then we had other clues, and we break them into books, movies, songs.
And we added people, I think.
People. And what happens is over the years, the competition has gotten so fierce that we even had.
That'll be a test one.
We even had people bringing in foreign language words, and our rule was that 2 people on your team picking the words had to know the word or the movie or the book.
Done.
And if they did, then it was fair game. And then we had
just happened to have 2 people from Papua New Guinea.
And they came up with a song that was a foreign language word, and of course, Lucky Annette, she got it.
We won't go there. Let's not talk about that memory.
That was not a fun time.
Let's just move on.
This year, what we're doing is we are going to create a list of good charades clues and divide them up into 3 categories: easy, medium, and hard. Because what happens is our competition is so fierce that a lot of people who are new to charades are intimidated.
My turn back.
So we're gonna have some easy clues, 1-word clues that we'll pull from the game Taboo or Gestures. And so there'll be different names, and we'll preview them. We'll have a committee get together and do that, and then we're going to post them on our website. So you guys, if you want to do charades later on in the year, you can look that up. So we play charades, and we do it guys against girls, and we have one rule that we've really outlawed: feminine intuition.
Doesn't work.
Since they did, the guys have won.
Oh
we
my
keep
gosh,
score by minute.
really?
And so anyway, we're going to change the rules up, and we'll let you know what the rules are when we do it this year. But we're going to basically put point values on.
You know what? I'm rolling.
Rather than the time. So that's charades, and that'll go until about 10:30 or until about 11:30, and then at midnight we turn on the TV and we watch the ball drop in New York City, Times Square.
You're right.
And we count down, and everybody has handfuls of confetti. And it's basically paper that the kids cut up years ago.
It's kind of needs to be.
We need to clean it.
No, we need to throw it away, and we need to make new confetti.
Okay, are you offering? Are you volunteering?
I bet it would burn well.
I think it would.
Nobody got time for that.
Well, somebody's got to do it.
We can have little kids that come on New Year's cut up confetti.
Oh yeah, there's not going to be too many. But
so
that's
we throw
an idea.
confetti at midnight.
This is a
and
mess.
our second tradition with the confetti.
Can we get new phyllo dough next year?
Yes, we're gonna get new phyllo dough this year. Okay.
Why don't we get new phyllo dough for next year?
We will, but for this year we need some too. We've run out, so we need to go get some more because it wasn't 2 full packages. Okay.
So we're gonna finish here.
Yes, let's finish. Let's wrap it up.
Okay. So we do the charades. We do confetti. We clean up the confetti. So as soon as we throw it, everybody gets on their hands and knees, cleans up off the carpet,
and we recycle it for another year.
And we turn on the ceiling fans because confetti gets on top of the fans, and that always
in the couches and
we'll find confetti until July.
Yes, we will.
That's always good.
But that's fun.
And then we have a few friends that come over, younger friends who bring fireworks with them, and they go out in the cul-de-sac around 12:30 or 1 o'clock.
They're ground fireworks.
Ground fireworks.
Yeah.
And we do fireworks and take pictures and laugh, and then people who are sleeping over go to bed, and we go to sleep and about 2 o'clock. Then we get up the next morning around 9 or 10, and we make pancakes and potato latkes, and we watch movies and basically stare at each other because we're dead tired.
Yes, so that's about right.
That's our New Year's tradition.
Best potato latkes I've ever had.
Are they?
Absolutely.
Are they the only potato latkes you've ever had?
Maybe that also.
So,
all right.
Those are our New Year's traditions, and that's how you make Spanakopita. And let's take a close look at this tray. Annette, why don't you hold that up?
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good-looking tray. This one got the rejects.
Here's the good-looking tray.
And those things are about 5 inches across here.
They're pretty big.
Yeah. Where's your ruler? Here you go. So just give people the idea.
From corner to corner, 6 inches.
Woo!
You can make them smaller.
And they're 4 inches on the side, and they are not very delicious right now, but they will be. And there's lots of butter in there.
Yes.
And there's ricotta, and there's
they will be yummy.
Feta and some spices. And we did put the recipe up. It's on our vegetarian recipe page.
Correct.
On our site. So
Yes, so don't forget to check out all the recipes. We'll be making the pineapple lemonade punch. We'll be making the iced tea, which we have a wonderful iced tea page. Maybe cherry limeade. We'll be doing our pancake, our sour milk pancake recipe, our potato latkes, our fruit salad, which has gone viral on Pinterest. So lots of fun things, not just food, but also games. And our blog, our New Year's Eve party blog is got great, pretty much sums up everything we've talked about today. Okay.
I'm going to give a link to that right.
In closing, are there any other comments or questions we need to answer?
Yeah, I mean, I just really love Isabel from
Portugal?
Portugal. She said, "Poor Steve.
Poor
He's trying to talk about New Year's, but no one's making it easy for him."
Sorry,
Thanks for
Isabel.
defending me. Stacy Stavrakakis.
Oh, hi.
She says she makes baklava before, lots of phyllo dough.
Oh, yeah.
Lori says Walmart has phyllo dough 2 for $7.
Whoa.
That's actually a pretty good price.
That is a good price.
So I need to go drive to Walmart?
I think so.
So I think we're about done. Let me give them a link to the blog article.
Yes.
And then we'll be ready to say goodbye.
Yes, we will.
Because we've got other things to do. We've got to shoot a couple, little more footage of this, and then we're gonna go hang a Christmas present.
A swing.
Yep. Nolan and Becky and Nolan's parents and grandma gave us a porch swing. For
Actually,
our patio.
It was Nolan and Becky and Abby and Colin and your wifey,
Oh my gosh, everybody.
and Mike and Donna just stored it for us
Oh, okay. Well,
and transported it.
I'm
Shows you
a
what I
mess.
know.
I'm a buttery mess.
so here is the New Year's Traditions blog. So go ahead and look at that. And thank you all for
Joining
showing
us.
up. And especially you on YouTube and Facebook. And so glad that our Joycaster broadcast is working where we can do both with one camera.
Yes. Have a
And-
happy new year.
And there's Annette with Butterfingers.
And we'll see you guys next week. And I have no idea what next week's show is going to be or when we're going to be doing
I
it.
think we should do a show on how to work when you're sleep deprived.
I don't know what we're going to
Isn't
do.
that normal?
But check our website at moneysmartfamily.com. We usually try to get a banner up on Wednesday sometime or Thursday to announce that week's broadcast. So we will see you all next week. Thanks for joining us. Annette and Steve Economides from Money Smart Family. And thank you, Becky and Nolan,
Don't get
for
sick.
joining us
There we
today.
go.
All right.
Bye.
Signing off. Bye-bye.
Yes.